Hey everybody, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we are going to be doing some coil building. Coil building is a technique where you roll out snakes of clay, coils, and score and slip them together to make whatever kind of shape you want. The first step of coil building is to start with your base, which is that little circle we have. And then you're going to make little lines on this base and the coil. That's called scoring and slipping. So then you just score it and you put it on the base and you pinch and pull them together. So then you're just going to continue that process until you get the shape you want and the height you want. As you can see in the video here, this is how you connect your first coils to the base of your pot. You want to make sure you do that so you have a sturdy base to build your pot on. Coil building is a great way for beginners to make big vases fairly quickly. I used to not enjoy coil building, and then I made some really big pots, which will be seen at the end of the video for one of my art shows that I did for school using the coil building technique, and I found a love for coil building. So I highly recommend to try it out to anyone who is unsure of using the wheel or whoever is just starting out. And here I'm showing you how I connect all the coils together. So I just pull the top coil into the base of the pot. That is the easiest way I have found to make a coil pot. And I just continue that process over and over and over again. And then I will take a rib, a metal or a plastic or rubber rib, and I will smooth out the surface of the pot as I go. And to change the direction of your pot walls to either go inward or outward is you lay the coil on one side or the other. So that way is to go outward, and if you put it on the other side is to go inward. So that's how you get variety of pot shapes, is on how you put the next coil on the last coil. So here I'm starting to work on the shoulder of the pot going into the neck of the pot. So I'm going to put the coil on the inside of the pot. Here I am making the neck of the pot, just making smaller coils going inward and smoothing it out to make sure the shape stays the way I want it to. With coil building, you totally have to trust the process. It is kind of frustrating when you first start making coil pots, but trust the process, don't get frustrated, keep on going, and if you don't like your pot at the very end, it's not a waste because you learned something, and you can also reuse the clay you used and put it in your reclaim. So here I am making the rim of the pot. So what I do is I put the coils on the outside instead of the inside like I did for the neck of the pot. Now, this is what I enjoy doing. You don't have to do this when you make your coil pots, but every time I make a coil pot, I always like to give it a wobbly rim. I just think it adds a different type of texture to the pot itself, and I really enjoy the way it looks at the very end. And here I'm adding my signature little face. I call these little faces my boys. They were a part of my show for my senior year in college, and I've just fallen in love with my boys. So I put these little faces on about anything and everything I can. And we are all done. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you come back for part 2 to see how I decorate this coil pot. And here are 2 examples of the coil pots I used for my show. So I hope you learned a little something, and I hope you come back for more bussin' pottery videos in the future. See you later!